Whenever I tell people that I do or don't do certain things or that I'm not doing certain things right now, they like to say things like, oh, you'll only live once. And I promise you, I hear that at least once a week from people in my life. They say, you only live once, you should try to have fun, da 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 da. And for me, it's very irritating because I don't take you only live once as a ticket to waste my life and not work towards my goals. I take you only live once as because I know that I will only be on this earth one time. I want to build a life where I have the freedom to do what I want. I'm only 22 years old and I feel like by the time I'm like in my late 20s, maybe early 30s at the latest, I can have reached the financial freedom that I'm looking for and have built a life where I don't have to work for somebody. Because ultimately, that's my goal. I want to be able to work for myself and be financially free. And that's what I want. And that's going to take a lot of hard work right now. So just because I don't go to the club every weekend or I don't go on every trip that I'm invited on, that doesn't mean that I'm not living my life. I am definitely living my life. And I'm living my life in a way that's making me happy. Like, I actually find joy and fulfillment in working towards my goals and working on myself. But a lot of people have associated like working hard with being such a negative thing. Like, it's super hard and you can't make time for yourself. Well, for me, working hard and working on myself is, or I should say, like, how should I put it? For me, working on myself is more gentle than most people think. Like, I'm actually taking the time to learn who I am, and I'm actually like taking care of my body, taking care of my mind, and that's hard work. Like, that actually takes a lot of work, but it's so fulfilling, and I find so much joy and happiness in doing it because I know that I'm becoming a better person. So when people say, oh, you only live once, it's very irritating and it's a problem because I don't like that people take you only live once as a way to make an excuse as to why they're not reaching their goals. And a lot of times it's not people's fault. It's the fact that life is so hard and we aren't taught we aren't given the tools and we aren't taught how to deal with problems, which is something that I'm going to get into in this video. Like, if we knew how to really like deal with problems and how to really like work on ourselves and work on our goals, working hard wouldn't seem as such a negative thing. So that's what we're going to get into in this video. My name is Amari Kalia. I post self-development content and I post health content. I love to share my thoughts with y'all, and I love to show my health journey and just the journey that I'm on in life right now. If that's the type of content you want to see, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. So the purpose of this video is I want you guys to really shift your mindset when it comes to you only live once. Don't look at you only live once as a negative, or I guess I should say, don't look at you only live once as something where you should only focus on having fun and doing the easy things. I want you to look at you only live once as a mindset where you are working on yourself and working on your goals so that your life can be fulfilling for you. Like, you are actually happy. You've built the things that you want in life. You've built the family that you want. You've built the finances, the career, and you've built a life that you don't want to escape from. Like, I still have fun every day. Like, I have fun going to the gym. I do go on trips. I go on dates with my boyfriend. Like, that's having fun to me. Having fun does not have to be drinking, smoking, clubbing, wasting money, wasting time, going to everything you're invited to. Like, that can be fun. I'm not knocking those things, but I'm just gonna be honest and say that those things are what keep you from reaching your goals and being your highest self. So, the first thing I want to talk about is the idea that you have to learn yourself and figure out what type of person you are. So for me, I have always been a hard worker. I've always been a very disciplined person, and I've always like not been easily influenced. Like, I've always stood my ground and always like just really, I never really followed the crowd. And that's more so because of the way I was raised. I wasn't raised in a household where I was able to just go do what everybody else was doing. Like, when I was in high school, I didn't go to parties. I didn't go to whatever event or whatever that was going on for the weekend. And I'm not saying that I'm happy about that, but I'm just saying the way I was raised, I didn't have just leisure to do whatever it is I want. So because of that, I had to like just kind of own it and just like deal with the fact that I have to learn how to be myself and be okay with where I'm at in life. So I wasn't easily influenced. I didn't really follow the crowd. I've never really followed trends. That's the type of person I am. When you know what type of person you are, it's easier for you to work towards your goals. The whole gist of this video is for you to understand what you need to do to really work towards your goals and how you can connect that with only living once. So when it comes to like learning what type of person you are, you learn what type of worker you are. You learn what your beliefs are, what your passions are. It's just really important because that sets the foundation for how you're going to work towards your goals. So me, for example, I know that I'm a very disciplined person. And I know that I like to be alone and I like to do things alone. So I go to the gym 5 to 6 days a week. I wake up early in the morning. I wake up around 6 a.m. instead of 5 a.m. now. And I go to the gym. I know that I can do it because that's the type of person that I am. But that might not work the same for you. Like, you might be the type of person who's an evening person where you don't want to wake up early, but you know that you might want to go to the gym at 12 p.m. Or you might be a later person who wants to go at night. Or you might be the type of person who don't want to go to the gym. You might want to just go walking every day. You like to be in nature. Or you might not want to work out at all. I'm not going to knock you. But you have to learn what type of person you are. I know what I can handle. I know what I'm capable of. And I know what I'm willing to do. So because of that, it's easier for me to have that mindset of I only live once. So I'm going to work towards my goals because I know what I need to do and I know how I'm going to do it. So the next thing is you need to have a strong work ethic. And I kind of talked about that a little bit, but it doesn't matter what you're doing in life, what your career is, what your passion is. You have to have a strong work ethic if you really want to reach your goals, whether that's career, that's finances, whatever it is, your health journey, trying to lose weight. Like, you have to have a strong work ethic because if you're lazy, if you procrastinate, which we all do, it's going to be harder for you to really reach your goals. But we all have to have that sense of power in us. We all have to have that strength to do the things that make us uncomfortable, because you really don't grow or change unless you're uncomfortable. So you have to have a strong work ethic so you can work towards the goals that you are trying to reach. So for me, for example, I work 5 days a week at my new job, and today will be day 4 of me working 5 days straight, and then I have 1 day break, and then I'm back again for like 3 or 4 days in a row. And that is really hard to do. Like, it's really hard to like go to work every single day and, you know, have 1 day of a break and then have 3 days and then another break. Like, that's very hard to do, but I have a goal that I'm trying to reach. I'm trying to reach financial freedom by the time I'm in my late 20s, early 30s, like I said before. So I have a lot of things that I'm putting in motion right now when it comes to credit and just like saving and budgeting and things of that nature. So I'm going to work a lot. And also it's helping me to just grow a strong work ethic in everything that I do. So I wake up, I go to the gym, I get home from the gym, I cook my breakfast, I meal prep, and I go to work. It's helping me to really just know what it takes to get to where I want to be. Reality is, anything you want to do in life, you have to work hard for it. Like, I don't care what anybody say, nothing is going to come to you easily. You have to work hard for everything that you want in life, no matter what type of business it is. Even if it's a simple business, you still have to work hard at it. You have to work on it every single day. But that's going to look different for everybody, especially depending on the type of career that you have. So I just will end that by saying have a strong work ethic. So another thing that you should also do is prioritize self-care and taking care of your body. So when it comes to you only live once, most of the time when I hear that, people are only focused on the external factors of things that are making them feel good for that moment. So like going to the club, drinking, smoking, getting your hair done, getting your nails done. That's all cool. Like, you know, if that is what make you feel good, then so be it. But when you are having that mindset of you only live once, take care of your body in either mindset, because when you're taking care of your body, you're taking care of you, it promotes long-term benefits. So for me, for example, I'm really prioritizing self-care in the sense of I'm staying away from my phone. I am having like a new shower routine where I'm using like body scrubs and making sure I moisturize my feet with the, you know, putting on my socks afterwards. Making sure that I'm eating well, working out, reading, just doing the things that really like fulfill my soul and taking care of how I feel on the inside, and also taking care of my body. Like, that is so important. It's something that they don't tell us about. And when I say that, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, taking care of you should always be your top priority. And I don't really think I need more to say on that. Like, just really take care of your body. Yes, you only live once. That is why your body and all of this should be at the top of what you care about. It should be the number one thing you care about, because it's what you have to wake up and see every single day. You have to wake up and feel your emotions, feel your feelings. You have to feel your stomach, your head, everything. Like, if something hurts, you're gonna feel it. So take care of it. It's very important. So take care of your body and focus on self-care. Along with that, you want to prioritize your health. So I've kind of talked about this, but also, yes, you only live once. So you need to take care of your health, because how I look at it, I want to start focusing on those healthy habits now. So when I'm 40, 50, 60, I don't have all these diseases or all these illnesses and have to take all of these medications. I'm not saying that being healthy is 100% going to prevent any type of cancers or disease or illnesses. But I met a lady at my job who was waiting to be sat at her table. She was 82 years old, and it was her birthday. And she said that she's 82, it's her birthday, and that she takes no medications and that she can walk for miles. That was all of the inspiration that I needed, because that is what I want for me. Like, I want to be in my elderly age, not taking any medications and being able to still walk around as much as I can. So when I say you only live once, or I only live once, that's what I think about. Like, because I know that I will only be on this earth one time, I'm going to work on my health right now, so that when I get older, I don't have to really worry about it, because I've already built those habits. So that's where the mindset shift has to come in. Like, you have to shift the way you think about you only live once. Like, a lot of people look at it, like when I tell people I eat healthy and I go to the gym, and you know, oh no, I can't go out this weekend because X, Y, and Z. they say things like, oh, you only live once, you need to eat whatever you want. No, that's not how I look at it. I look at it like, because I only live once, I want to focus on eating nutritional, healthy food that will help me to be a healthier person, so that when I'm older, I don't have to take medication. Or even now, like, you can get any type of disease or cancer or whatever now. And even like today, like, I feel so good after going to the gym. Like, I feel very empowered. I feel like I'm strong because I just went to the gym and I ate a very nutritious meal, and that matters to me. But a lot of people look at it like, I don't care, I'm just gonna eat whatever I want because I only live one time. That's cool, but I think that focusing on your health now while you're young will benefit you in the future, and even today and tomorrow, like I just said. So focus on your health, even if it's just drinking more water, even if it's just eating a fruit a day. Prioritize your health. Like, I really can't emphasize that enough. It's something that they don't tell us about until we're old. Now they want to tell us, oh, you need to stop eating this and eat less sugar and eat less fats and do the keto diet and all of this. Maybe if you would have told me that when I was a kid, I would not have to work so hard to become a healthy person. Like, even me, like, I'm having to work really, really hard to become a healthier person because as a kid, I was eating a lot of sugary and fatty foods. And I'm also going to say, even through genetics, like, my family, there isn't really anybody who's eating healthy. Like, I'm probably the only person in my family who really eats healthy and goes to the gym faithfully. I think I am the only person in my family who does. And I'm not even perfect at it. And I don't want to be perfect, but I'm not even like doing the best that I can. I am every day learning more and more and just becoming, growing better habits. So you just want to be that person who breaks those cycles in your family, and you want to teach your kids to eat healthy at an early age so that when they're older, they don't have to work so hard to become a healthier person. That's what I think about when I hear you only live once in relation to health. Like, let me start now so I don't have to worry about it when I'm older. And then lastly, learn how to deal with problems. I feel like a lot of people like to say you only live once because they have found outlets or found alternative ways of dealing with their issues, rather than figuring out how to strategically and how to effectively deal with the issues that they are experiencing. So like for me, I'm still learning that, and that's going to be an everlasting journey, pretty much like every journey that you go on in life. But when you learn how to deal with your problems, especially at a young age, as you start to get older, I feel like as you get older, life gets harder. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody can say that because, like, even just from me, like, graduating college in May to today, November the 28th, like, I have experienced issues that I did not experience when I was in college, which most of it is bills and money management. So I feel like as you get older, problems only get bigger and harder to deal with. So if you learn now how to deal with problems, I feel like it'll help you in the long run. So an example could be, even when it comes to confrontation, like even at work, like it's so easy for me to get irritated with guests who come in and they're impatient, whatever. But I am learning how to just not let it really affect me and take it personal. That's dealing with the problem. That's learning how to deal with it. Like, one thing that I'm learning is not to take things personal. And when you kind of have that mindset of, okay, they're not coming at me specifically, they're just upset at whatever it is, and they're just letting it out to whoever they come in contact with. Not saying it's okay, not saying that I should excuse it, but it prevents me from getting upset and getting into a confrontation or argument with them. So I'm learning how to deal with that type of problem. So once again, when people say things like you only live once, I like to look at it as, because I only live once, I want to learn how to really be happy and learn how to deal with things. I want to learn how to kind of like fight against the problems or everyday struggles of life. Like, I don't want to let life work against me. I don't want to feel like life is working against me, because like I said, as you get older, more problems arise, like especially if you have kids, if you get married, or you want to start a business, or you want to buy a house. Like, that's going to come with problems that you would have never expected. Like, I'll give y'all an example, and I'll just be real with y'all. Probably about a week ago, my boyfriend was out of town, and when I I hadn't even woke up yet. And the maintenance guy knocked on the door, and it was like 7 in the morning. I'm like, why is he knocking on my door? It was on a weekend. So, well, I didn't know that was him knocking on the door. But when I stepped out of the bed, I stepped in like a puddle of water, and I have carpet in my room. So I'm like, it was dark, so I couldn't see. But I'm thinking maybe I wasted my water bottle last night, because I sleep with a water bottle by my bed. Well, as I kept stepping in water. So once I got out of my room to the hardwood floor, I saw the puddles of, it was flooded. My apartment was flooded. And I opened up the door, and there was the maintenance guy, and he saw that my apartment was flooded. And he, we just had that reaction of, oh my God, the apartment is flooded. And he came to my door because the people under me, their apartment was flooded. So that's what made him come to me to see if mine was flooded, because mine is what started it and caused everyone else's apartment to flood. So that was new. I had never experienced anything like that, but I had to learn how to deal with it. And I couldn't even be mad, because it wasn't my fault as to why my apartment flooded, but it taught me something that I never even thought I would have to experience at that time, or even ever. Like, who just thinks that, oh, my apartment's gonna flood one day? Who just expects their water heater to bust? Like, I would have never expected that. But I say that to say that, like, in life, it's just gonna be so much stuff coming up. Like, every day, I'm pretty sure everybody experienced some type of small or major inconvenience or a problem that happens in their life. Everyone does. There's not one person on this earth who don't experience problems. So we all have to figure out how to deal with them. And so I just wanted to point that out, because like, when you have this mindset of you only live once, there's the one side of it, which is the side that I think we all should shift from. You only live once, so you don't really know how to deal with problems, so you just find alternative, negative, not helpful or effective ways of dealing with your problems, because you don't really care that much. Or maybe you just don't even focus on the aspect of how to deal with the problem, because I don't think that people actually think about, okay, how am I going to deal with this situation? Because even me, like, when I had that flood, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I really can't believe this is happening. Like, how do I deal with this? Like, I was working with the maintenance guy, and we were talking through it, and just to figure out how we're going to fix this problem. And luckily, I was clear-headed, and I was able to not be aggressive or be upset or anything, because he didn't cause it. Like, it wasn't his fault, and it wasn't, the owner of the apartment's fault. It just happened. So when you just learn how to deal with situations and learn how to deal with problems, it helps you in the long run, and it helps build that, I guess, that confidence when making decisions. And also it gives you that, I don't know, like a sense of just humbleness and a sense of just being patient with what happens in life. And it also just teaches you how to be patient with people, because most of the problems that we deal with involves another person. And so you just have to really learn how to accept things and deal with them, based on whatever the issue is. And of course, you're not going to be perfect at it, because some things are just going to really like affect you and really, bother you. But essentially, you want to learn how to deal with things. And because as you get older, like I said, things will only get more difficult. So you just want to learn how to just deal with problems. I mean, I don't know no other way to say it. So basically, guys, I just really wanted to come on here and say that you only live once, but don't take that so lightly. Like, I think that statement is very powerful. I think that society has gave us, I feel like people have taken that statement and made it something that really isn't good. Like I don't even know no other way to say it. Like I feel like we've taken that statement and made it something that it's not, and we've taken it very lightly. But that statement is very strong. Like, because you only live once, work on yourself today. Like, prioritize self-care, prioritize your health, prioritize your finances. And yeah, it's a lot, but these are things that you should be doing. Like, they don't teach us this. They don't tell us what we really should be focusing on in life. They don't tell you to focus on yourself. And I promise you, if you start your self-growth journey today and you really focus on you, you eliminate did I say the right word? You eliminate so many problems. Like, you eliminate things that you really do not have to deal with, especially like other people in your life who are bringing you down or not filling up your cup as much as you're filling up theirs. Like, it takes away from a lot of that because you really focus on what matters in life and you focus on what you actually need and want out of life. And once you focus on that, you just enjoy the journey. Like, you just really enjoy the aspect of working hard and, you know, being disciplined and being consistent in whatever it is that you're doing in life. So don't think that working hard and like having a strong work ethic is something that should be looked down on. It's actually something to be very, very proud of because it sets you apart from others, but also it gives you the courage and the confidence when it comes to making decisions and making changes in your life. I hope this video made sense. Comment on this video and let me know what y'all think. I just want everybody to just make those mindset shifts so that you can really be your higher self and reach the goals that you have in life. Like and comment on this video, and I hope to see you guys in my next video.